Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining us in another video and we appreciate you being here. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel. So I have a story that I'll be telling you, my people, and I definitely will be sharing an audio and let you know that the reality of what take place in the high school, right? My story is, when I was attending high school, yes, I had several crush on female teachers. Yes, man. Little youth in I'm age, like a lot of teachers. Worse, me did used to do my work and, I was getting ahead of myself because I was bold, big, bad and bold and brave. So what happened is that I can remember this particular thing vividly in ninth grade. My homeroom teacher, she actually had a daughter who just graduated from law school, and she wanted to do something in the meantime, probably before she go and do the bar. So she came to the school and she was, or is it literature or English language teacher? One of them. In that time, she came just coming from college, fresh and young, look nice, and have she has a very nice skin tone, you know, and she came in the class, and my friends and I, we couldn't concentrate at all. She wasn't like, voluptuous like, these teachers nowadays with the big rear end, big gluteus maximus. No, that wasn't the case. She was just nice and petite, and she looked like somebody that I would talk to because of how young she looked at the time. So we were learning because she was teaching pretty well, and we were in class, and we had conversation with her. We asked her a bunch of questions, and then one day I was like, can I have your number? And she was like, why? I said, I just want to talk to you outside of school. And she was like, no, you're young, and I don't want to rob the cradle. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you're too young. And I was there pestering, days after days. And people, she actually gave in and gave me that number. Yes, man, she gave me the number, man. And it was in those times when no cell phone was, probably the affluent people used to have cell phone. We used to go to a bar in the town that I lived, or a shop that had a landline, and they used to purchase calls, like $10, $20, and you get a few minutes on the phone call. So I used to save my money and go out of the street to ensure that me call her. Is the best, because nice young teacher, and I used to call her. We on the phone, and we spend a few weeks talking on the phone. But then I think I don't know if she was entertaining me because she was taking the calls. I used to even go to the phone booth, the phone box, and purchase calls to ensure a caller, and collect call, and she accepted it and stuff like that. So yeah, that was the situation, but it somehow died a natural death. Nothing happened throughout the process. She actually left school, and I think she went back to study. Like I said, she was in law school, and she went back, and we didn't have any contact after that. When I met her back, when she was like, when I left school, I was an adult working and stuff like that. We met each other. She was married. She finished law school. She was a practicing lawyer, and she was married. And I was like shaking my head because the intense crush you had at that particular time. Interestingly, it was at a friend's wedding that I met her. I was a part of the bridal party, and that's where we linked up back. But that was far gone, out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. But may I tell you, you see, if If she didn't have to do what she had to do and I constantly press, I probably would have, had a relationship with her at the time as an adult. At that time where she was an adult, yeah, and I was still in high school. So I can understand the situation with the boys liking the teachers, sending their friends, to tell the teachers that they are liked by such and such and such, and it sometimes is a good feeling, but one thing people have to know is that it's not only one sided. I don't know about of course I know females in my age group that used to like the male teachers, of course, but they weren't as brazen and bold as the males and myself, so I didn't know where those things go, you know but it does happen. Male students really have crush on female teachers, but is it something that should happen? It should happen once there's different things moving around in your body, but is it something that they should entertain? I don't think so, because again, it cannot be bad for the male teachers with the female students, but it is not bad for the female teachers with the male students. Yeah? So I just leave it there. Tell me what you think about it after you listen to this video. Until next time.
Female teachers have not been spared from inappropriate sexual advances by students. Boys, too, are overstepping boundaries. Ramada Lyons has part 2 of this Primetime News special report, Beyond the Lesson Plan.
The bell rang. School was over. But a grade 7 boy at a school in St. Andrew was just getting started. He sent his friend to deliver a message to his female teacher.
Miss, him say him have a crush pon you.
And I was like, okay. Me and you on a size, and I could easily well be your mother. So this crush thing, I figure pursue.
She left it at that. But the next day, the boy approached her on the corridor, this time more direct.
And start look me up and down. Like when you try approach somebody and you try say, something like you. That was the body language. Very him sizing me up. It was like, Miss, say, I'm saying, say what? Me say, you are standing too close to me right now. And if you continue with this behavior, I'm going to report you. So I reprimanded him firmly.
Dr. Beverly Scott, child and family therapist, says this kind of behavior from both boys and girls is an age-old issue.
That the students subconsciously are transferring their intense emotional feelings and attraction to role models who represent absent and distant parental role models in their lives.
She says ultimately, the adults in the room should be responsible.
Maintain clear professional boundaries. Explore the origins of the students' projected emotional feelings with other colleagues or the guidance counselor, and help the student to work through and improve their relationship with their parents.
Now, back in 2015, the Office of the Children's Advocate raised alarm over a rise in teacher-student sexual relationships. Kingston, St. Andrew, and St. Catherine had the most complaints. The office said in the last 2 quarters of the 2014 academic year, Clarendon and Manchester were, quote, taking over and becoming hotspots when compared to the other parishes, end quote. Now, this woman has been an educator for 6 years.
I would have had my fair experience, whereas male students would have made sexual jokes, they would have made sexual comments, whether within the classroom or if I am walking past them, they would say things that are quite inappropriate.
One such experience?
And one of the male students, at the time, I addressed him. I said, young man, you need to go inside now. You're not supposed to be sitting on the railing at this time. And I proceeded to walk away, and he said, "Boy, miss, I like that skirt the way you have on, you know."
Her response?
I turned to him and I said, "That is very inappropriate. You can't say things like that." And he proceeded to laugh and everything, and then I took him to the office, and the vice principal took over from there. So it's just where they think they are comfortable enough to say things to adults that they should not be saying.
Another teacher shared this note left on her desk by a grade 8 student. It says,
"Miss, I was asking if you could be my Valentine. A long time I didn't want to ask you."
While many view this as an innocent act, the teacher says it's the first step in blurring lines. A study entitled Boundary Dilemmas in Teacher-Student Relationships emphasizes the importance of maintaining professional limits to prevent misconduct and ensure a healthy learning atmosphere. In Part 3, we explore legal actions that can be taken against children.